Good morning, my fellow Michiganders. Good morning, my fellow Americans. What a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous winter in Michigan right now. And just before I go off on what I want to talk about today with who I think should be running for governor, I want to remind everyone that it's been very, very rare for us to see this big yellow orb in the sky. I think we've seen the sun maybe several times over the past several weeks, and our nanny governor wants to continue to put solar panels all throughout the state of Michigan. But that is for another video, that's for sure. So, number one, I want to thank everyone on all my platforms that have shown just an amazing amount of support for me to run for governor, okay? So let's talk about that. When I ran for governor last time, obviously we all felt that there was a need because our constitutional freedoms, our sacred values, our citizens' rights were being stripped from us. So at that time, we needed someone to really lead this state and get those back. This run this time is different than last time. So what I'm looking for this time around is somebody with executive business experience. And people say, well, Garrett, you have business experience. So let me tell you kind of like what my experience is and how I feel that it's not enough this time around. You know, I have a history of leadership. I was captain of my baseball and football teams in high school. I was team captain of Western Michigan University's football team. You know, I have a history of leadership in my past. My dad was a colonel in the Michigan Army National Guard. So I was kind of always brought up with not only love of country, but being an effective leader and what it takes to do that. I've applied those same skills to my businesses. And before the pandemic, I grew one of the largest chiropractic companies in the state of Michigan. I grew other successful businesses. So I know how to run, organize, manage. But I still feel this time around, that's not enough. Even with the unconstitutional lockdowns, when I started that Facebook group, which grew to 400,000 people in 4 weeks, which was taken down, then we reorganized and I co-founded the nonprofit Stand Up Michigan, where we organized America's greatest asset, which is all of you, we the people, to hammer down and help spearhead the Unlock Michigan petition, where we have 539,000 signatures in 80 days, which took that nasty 1945 law off the books to make sure that no governor will ever be able to do what she did to us again. That's still not enough. And then we ran we the people ran a very successful campaign. And when you talk about campaigns, people have to understand, I'm going to hit Jocelyn Benson right now. Your campaign is a direct reflection on how you're going to manage, lead, organize your campaign, and how you're going to organize the state. And our campaign, our run for governor, we were really effective in doing that. We held and organized rallies all throughout the state where thousands of people showed up. At the time, we out-fundraised every single candidate, raising over $2.2 million, 96% of that in the state of Michigan. I think around 94 to 95% under the amount of $200. So we proved then what we were able to bring to the state of Michigan. Came up a little short, which is fine. But this time around, it's not enough. So I appreciate everyone saying, Garrett, you need to run. Garrett, you need to run. But I'm going to look at myself in the mirror. And even though in my heart, in my soul, I want to be the one carrying that flag and rushing the hill and doing what I feel that's best for the state of Michigan. But I have to honestly look at myself in the mirror and say, you know what, Garrett? It's not your time. Michigan needs something different this time around. Maybe in the future. I don't know. If you want to make God laugh, you do what? You tell him your plans. And obviously he laughs at me all the time. But this time around in the state of Michigan, I will not be running because I feel that Michigan needs something different this time around. I feel that Michigan needs someone with executive experience, someone who has a track record and who can prove, not just talk about it. We hear a lot of talk. I did this, I did that. Show me the receipts. Show me the receipts where you built and grew a multi-million-dollar company. Because that's what the state of Michigan is. It's a company. And we need an executive now. We don't need a social media influencer. We don't need a media personality. We sure in the hell don't need activists. We all have our place in this journey, don't get me wrong. But for right now, we need someone who can roll up their sleeves, knows how to get to work, knows how to manage, knows how to be an executive. That's who I'm going to get behind. Not an activist, not a social media influencer, not a media personality, someone with experience, because I feel in my heart this time around, that's what Michigan needs. The Democrats have put us into a hole in the state of Michigan. We are stone throw away from being like California. And like many of you watching here this morning, you're not leaving, I'm not leaving. We have decided to stay here and fight for this beautiful state, and I will continue to fight, and I will do everything in my power over the next 2 years to get behind who I feel is the right candidate to lead Michigan. But here's my promise to all of you. Whoever wins the primary, I'm going to get behind 100%, because we sure in the hell don't need Jocelyn Benson in there. Because let me hit Jocelyn Benson. If you guys been following what's going on X, she botched her announcement. So if you can't even announce your run for governor correctly, how in the hell do you think that you can effectively manage this state? And not only that, but the laundry list of things with the election, everything else that she has done with the voter rolls, with having one of her press conferences in a state building, which she ripped on President Trump for doing. It's rules for thee, not for me again. Do as I say, not as I do. The same elitist mentality with our nanny governor. The terrible three, as I call them, okay? So that's who I'm looking for governor this time around, okay? And so I'm going to put an invite right now. I already did it on all my social media platforms. For anyone running for governor who is a serious candidate, okay, you have to do more than just announce your run for governor to get on my platforms and have a conversation. If you are a serious contender, I am going to invite everyone on both sides of the aisle. I invited Jocelyn Benson, Mike Dugan, right? John James is rumored to have thinking about running. Tudor Dixon is rumored to have running. I saw Ryan Kelly post something this morning that he's going to pray about it. Kevin Rinke is rumored that he may run. I'm going to invite all those folks and have a conversation and give them my platform for 30 to 45, even 60 minutes to talk about what their vision is for the state. And I'm going to have some difficult questions. And Eric Nesbitt has run, can't forget him. And I'm going to ask them questions, and fair questions, because I think the people don't need a narrative, they need the truth. And we're going to ask all these folks some serious questions and see what they have to say. And I'm hoping every single one comes on my platform. But I highly doubt Jocelyn Benson and Mike Dugan will show up. The invite's out there. Come have a conversation with we the people. What are you afraid of? So that invite will be out there when everyone throws their hat in the ring over the next several months, and I'm sure more people will. We'll bring them on, and hopefully we'll have a nice conversation so you guys can be empowered with your decision. Remember, I don't believe in endorsements. Who gives a shit on who Garrett's supporting and who Garrett endorses? Do your own due diligence. Find out who you like. And we have to get away from this mentality that if we like someone different, well, I hate you, I'm going to attack you, you're a rhino. We all have our own opinions. We all have our own perception of who we believe should run for any level of office. And that's okay. Fight for your candidate, but we don't need to bash each other. We don't need to attack each other. All that hot garbage can stay on the wayside where it belongs, okay? So again, my opportunity is going to give these folks to come on and talk about it. Your job is to listen and decide who you want to support. And when you support them, support them. You know, donate to their campaign if you can. You know, $5 cup of coffee. That's what I always say. When you have a lot of people, 1,000 or so people donating $5, it adds up. That's what we were able to accomplish. But support your candidate, love on your candidate, but we don't have to get out here and bash every Republican like we did last time, because that does nobody any good, all right? So I wanted to get on here. I just want to squash any rumors that Garrett's thinking about running. Folks, I looked at myself in the mirror. I talked with my family, my better three quarters. I prayed about it. And this time around is not the right time around, okay? It's really not. In the future, maybe. I never say no to possibility in the future, but as of right now, I'm looking for someone with a little bit more depth, that's for sure, okay? I wanted to get on here and be transparent. I wanted to show you the clouds to remind everyone how solar panels are a horrible idea in the state of Michigan. And other than that, keep rocking, keep rolling, keep fired up, but most importantly, stay activated as we the people will take back this state. here in 2026. We're going to hammer down. We're going to hammer down. Have a great day. God bless you. God bless the state of Michigan. Of course, and always, God bless these United States. Till next time.